We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. Here's H.M. to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. They go play action now. Marino. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's out to the flat for Gibson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. And they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Brady. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. You talk about this Miami defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
This is such a good unit of covering passes downfield. I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes. See if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brady going to shift him around. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Brady to throw. Intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And he can't do it all on one throw.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Marino sets up. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where touchdown. Eric Ezukama, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on. It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground with 20. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And now an audible here into something else. First down, here's White. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. from midfield. Here's Brady. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Third down, a run from White. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Short throw complete to Gronkowski. Down the right sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. Now the try here for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here's Landry. Here's Landry. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. From the shotgun, Marino. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Dolphins had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's Marino. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. To throw is Marino. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Marino. And swing this out wide. Here's Urchin. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Eric Azukama. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Dolphins go up by 2 touchdowns. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now flags come in. Look like one of the Patriots might have moved. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Now Brady. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and he hooked up there for a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Going right side is White. Now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Brady now to throw. He'll get this out to Genty. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Ashton Genty, 27 yards. And the Patriots are back within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
The kicker here is complete. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. He's going to step up and run. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Marino. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Eric Azukama on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I can hold the block just a little bit longer.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To the air, May. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice throw from the third-round pick. It gets him a first down.
The city just made it sweet. People diabetic. They mouth full of deceit. Niggas cowards tell it.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. This 2nd and 4. To throw, it's May. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would try to run through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Throwing here is May. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slip if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Off the play fake, here's May. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone structure here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
They go right back to White here on first down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll be taken down at the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll throw with May. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now Marino to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Marino here from the gun. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets it down to the 32. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On third down, H.A. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And this one is right down the middle. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47.
They go play action now. May.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's May. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
3rd quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Here's Marino.
They'll dump this off to H.M.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now Marino. Touchdown! A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Pats at the line ready to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, Gibson. Down the sideline he goes. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 19-yard line. 71 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just called the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Gibson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. In motion is Welker. Play action. Now it's Brady. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Brady to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Ashton Jeanty with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. Point after try forthcoming. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. And Gazukama, 64 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Brady. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 75 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon. This is what defensive coaches are asking their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw-in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
So the fourth down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. Finding Henry here on the crossing route.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Brady. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Straight ahead with H.M.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay there.
They're not in any rush offensively. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Second and 7.
On play action, it's Brady. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A false start backs him up 5. First and 15. Now Brady.
Well, check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down.
Give up the middle to Gibson.
Dances by him. How did he stay on his feet? And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is down to 24. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away.
And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it first and 10 at the 40.
Up the middle, H.N.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right, if it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down. It actually aids the defense in that situation.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Out of the gun, here's a good Achane. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, along